Welcome back to Dad's Garage. Today we're going to deal with this issue right here. So we have had this bracket that connects to the garage door opener. The bolts have fallen out of this thing a couple of times now. So we've only been in this house for 2 years. It's a 2-year-old house. But when we got the house, there was only 2 bolts in it, just one in the top, one in the bottom. There wasn't even any side bolts here. There's just 2. So I came back, got some self-tapping sheet metal screws, put those in there, had 4. Come out the other day and I noticed that there's one of them laying on the back of the Corvette. So it had come out when the garage was going up, obviously. And so now I'm trying to figure out, my gosh, this thing, I guess it creates so much vibration. I guess there is some reasonable weight on it as well. But I think the vibration, more than anything, is making these screws come out. But I found another one laying on the floor too. So there's 2 of them. I don't know where the other one is. I hope it's not in a car tire, but kind of worried about that. But we're going to get into this. This is going to be a quick, easy fix. I have an idea that I'm going to try, and we'll see long-term how it lasts. But I think I have an idea that's going to solve this problem for good for us. Before we get too far, please remember to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Got lots more good stuff on here for you. And we would love to have you part of the channel. We really, really appreciate you subscribing, hitting that thumbs up to support the channel. It means a lot to us, and we will continue to keep bringing you content every single week. But let's get onto this project. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to see how much tension's on this. There's no way I can move this into place. So we're going to go ahead and pull this to take the tension off of it. What this does is it releases the garage door from the opener so that it can run independently. This is if you had the power go out, you could actually pull the garage door up with this. So that gets this to where we can move this around to where we need it. Okay, and we're going to get some of the Loctite. This isn't Loctite brand, but this is another brand that I found on Amazon. It's about 1/3 the price of the Loctite brand. Do I know that it's as good? Nope, I have no idea. But I have been trying it lately because the price is so much better. But I'm going to put this on the threads of each of these screws so that helps the vibration so that they stay in a little better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some of this along the threads. Oh, this one hadn't been opened yet. Let's go open it first. Now I've got this opened up, so we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of this on here. And that'll spread all the way around. It's nice and thick, got good viscosity to it. And I can feel that these holes are pretty loose, which is not ideal. I know I went up a size last time even. I'm going to try not to tighten it too much because I don't want to cause it to strip even further. Yeah, that thing's completely stripped out, as is that one. So after thinking about this for just a minute, what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can move this bracket, because there are several different places that you can put this. I'm going to see if I can adjust this just a little bit. It moves about 1 inch, and then maybe that'll allow us to move this bracket about 1 inch upwards so that we can just drill all new holes and start fresh. Okay, so now that we've actually removed this bracket, we see a bigger problem. So you can see here, this is completely cracked out all the way around. It appears that this metal that they put here is just not heavy enough really for this garage door. As usual, I have my most trusted help here, Joshua. He's here going to help us get this apart. Yep. Other way. Yep, good. All right, got it. Next. Let's drop it down 1 notch. Okay, it's ready for your nut. Hold on. Let me get the bottom one in first too.
Okay.
Okay.
How tight?
Good. Good. All right. Now we need to see where this thing lines up. And I need to put this thing back now in a position where it'll lock in, because I need to know exactly how high it is. And all you do is make sure that this little latch is not down anymore, but up, and then you can move it and you'll hear it click in. You'll know when it's in place. So it looks like it's going to reutilize that top hole again. Or excuse me, the bottom hole is now going to be the top hole. Okay, so that's now marked. So since we've already seen that in 2 years that this house has been in existence, we've already had this issue, I want to reinforce this. So I wish I had some steel here, but I don't have any kind of sheet metal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over there. I know I've got some pieces of aluminum that I may use, but let me go over here and take a look, see what we got hanging around out here. All right, since I think steel is a better solution than aluminum, I'm going to go ahead and take this angle bracket that I had just sitting over there. It's an old piece. I don't know what it came off of. I think actually, I remember this might have been part of a workbench at one point, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut this, and then I can make me a nice flat piece to reinforce this.
Are you going to grind it up?
Just going to smooth it off a little bit. Knock off the burrs. Okay, the other one. You can see how bent this metal is too, because when you set this up against here, it's so wobbly. And we want it right in the center of that piece of metal. Okay, let me get that other piece. Okay, there it is. So that means this one is right up here. Okay, so now all right, now we can drill those other holes now that we got this in place.
Do you need a stronger impact?
That's okay.
I mean, it did it.
Yeah, it did it. Feels a lot stronger already. Okay. All right. And as we already talked about, we are 1 screw short, so we're going to have to go get one of those. But in the meanwhile, this kind of gets us where we want to go, and it's significantly stronger than it ever was before now that we've got this metal here reinforcing it. But we do want to do one other thing just to try to keep this thing from vibrating, or at least to give us like a safety if this thing should ever have a problem again with the screws falling out, just so we don't cause any damage to the door or something else. We want to do one last thing to this, just kind of give it one little bit of security. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this hole right here. You have the rivet?
Yep.
Yep.
So, right here?
Yep, make sure it's in all the way. Yep, do it. Got it. Okay, so we used our trusty Milwaukee rivet gun. You can do this obviously with any rivet gun, but that will give us one more point of security, because that should, no matter what vibration we get, that should never come loose. So basically, we just got to go get one more screw when the stores open back up tomorrow, but we've got this project done. We're safer and stronger than we ever were. Okay, so you saw us do all this one just with spare parts that we had around the garage. The only thing I think we went and or would have probably had to buy was these 3 bolts. But one other way that you can repair this, and this is the way that's going to cost you a little bit of money, I wanted to show you both ways. This way is free, basically with scraps around the garage. But if you went and purchased one of these, you could do this here. So for $15, you can have a nice, solid piece of metal taking care of this. It actually goes this direction. I don't know why I held it backwards, but it goes this direction, and then all you do is you put this on here, or you can utilize the pin that's already in it, whichever way you want to do it. But this just bolts down to here, gives you extra support. So this is another way if you want to spend 15 bucks. This is the way I'd probably go about it, but I did want to show you this. And actually, to be completely transparent with you, I actually did this about 6 months ago now. So that's how long it's been in between this video. And this is holding up perfectly. So I've had no issues with it whatsoever. So again, one other option, these are available on Amazon, Home Depot, whatever, for about 15 bucks. And since y'all love my garage door videos, here's another one. This is the 4th garage door video that we've done. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber already, please hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it helps me tremendously. So we'll catch you next time right here on Dad's Garage.